functional movement screening, known as an FMS. So what I want to show you guys is actually how this all works together, especially with a lot of the posts I've been doing over the past 6 months, which is addressing various different types of injuries and then looking at your muscle firing patterns and biomechanics. So now we're going to really go ahead and put it all together and create a nice little package that can kind of start to get you guys thinking about how you're going to train your bodies more effectively as we go into the winter months. So this way, when you're ready to step foot and go running again this coming spring, your bodies are feeling much better, you're noticing overall improvement. So I've asked Patrick to assist me a little bit, because what we're going to do is we're going to go through 2 functional movement screening tests today. One is going to be the squat and the other one's going to be the lunge. These are great tools to start to assess a body and understanding what's going on from a biomechanical standpoint, but also from a muscle firing standpoint. So like I said, Patrick is going to demonstrate some stuff today, and as he's demonstrating these exercises, I'm going to point out a few things that we as the professional would be looking for and how you can use these items and tools to really enhance your own training. So Patrick, I'm going to have you take the pole, and we're going to go ahead and have you stand just about here. So you're facing sideways to the camera. Patrick is going to go ahead, he's going to place his arms straight above his head. He's then going to go ahead and he's going to do a squat in the way he knows how to do a squat. So there's no actual cueing. All right, and then come on back up. So we're going to have him do this squat one more time. And as you can see, he's got limited range of motion in his shoulders, which addresses the scapular range, which when we look at arm swing, when we're running, is crucially important. As I've mentioned before, we want to have good depression and actually scaption, and then you want to have elevation as you're swinging that arm. So right now we've noticed he's got some tightness there. Go down into your squat again, and as he does, you notice that his feet flare out. He also goes right up onto his toes, so he's not engaging his tibialis anterior, more so his calf. Come on up again. The good thing, and you can relax your arms for me, he doesn't flex too far forward, which is good. That means he is using his quads, but the one thing he's not using is actually more of his glute and his hamstrings, because he's not staying in his heels when he does the activity. So when using the squat as a fitness assessment tool, these would be the areas of focal point we want to start to address as we look at his biomechanics to improve his overall running. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at a lunge. Get a lunge. So Patrick's going to go ahead, he's going to take the bar, he's going to bring the bar so that it lays along his spine. So first off, what we're looking for is to see how close his hands can come together, and that again is going to attribute to our scapular range of motion. Next, what he's going to do for me is he's going to step out with his left leg, and he's going to drop into his lunge, and then he's going to come back up. So from this position, as he does the lunge again, we notice that his stride length is very short. So one thing we want to do is start looking at his hips and opening up that stride length. The other thing that we do notice too is that he's very tight in his hip flexors on the right side. The other thing is we want to address the fact of the tightness going on in his low back. So we could also look at his QL on the opposite side. The other thing, like we've already mentioned when he did the squat, is we noticed that he doesn't have much glute firing patterns going on. So it would be another area to address when looking at various corrective exercises to help his overall run performance. Patrick, you can relax your arms. So like I said in the post above, the functional movement screening is a great tool to start to address your biomechanics and looking at those muscle firing patterns that I've started to address in various different types of injuries and ailments that we can experience when running. Runner's knee, IT band syndrome, low back, sciatica, shin splints, even plantar fasciitis. It's all related because, as I've mentioned before too, we're looking at the whole kinematic chain, and that's exactly what it is. How our foot strikes the ground affects our knee, affects our hip, and then goes up to the low back and vice versa. It can go all the way down. So as I've mentioned, these are just 2 of the functional movement screenings that you can do, or you can have your trainer take a look at with you as a way to really enhance your own training as we go into the winter months, So this way, as you set foot in doing any runs this coming spring, you can have better overall performance and really truly be pain-free. As always, if you have any questions, please drop a comment below. And guys, here's to a great winter season.